Hi guys, my name is Eleni. Welcome to me. Today's look brought to you by I look really cool like this, so this is what we're going with. And welcome to Let's Not Talk Politics, where we talk about anything and everything not politically related. So you can subscribe, you can turn on notifications, you can use your big beautiful brains to leave me a comment. You don't have to do any of those things, but you could if you wanted to. The thing everyone's talking about, and I'm pretty sure you knew I would be talking about as well, is United Airlines and the video of a gentleman being dragged off the flight. And when I say dragged off the flight, I mean dragged. Like, you ever see those parents with the little ones who have just gone limp because they just don't want to walk anymore, and the parents trying to get them to move, or they're having a tantrum and they've fallen to the ground or thrown themselves to the ground and the parents grab them by the wrist and is trying to drag them out. Yep, adult male off of an airline. So that's the video. Apparently what happened was that the flight was overbooked. Well, first he said the flight was overbooked, and which is odd because I think when flights are normally overbooked, you know before you board the plane. Then I heard that the flight was full, and one of the United employees got on the intercom and said that there were a couple of United employees that needed to get home because they needed to work the next day, and who would be willing to give up their flight, that they would be given, you know, an alternate flight home and everything. And nobody volunteered, because why would you volunteer? You're seated and you're ready to go. And so I guess, I'm assuming, I don't know, please correct me, I'm assuming that two people were picked at random, like this couple was picked at random, and the gentleman said, you know, he was a doctor and he had patients, but I guess they weren't having it. Now, I don't know what happened between the refusal to leave and authorities being called and him being dragged off the flight. Okay, so honestly, I don't know what transpired, because video evidence is fantastic, but the problem is you don't really know what happens before and you don't really know what happens after. What I'll say, based on a career in customer service and the fact that I've not only done the face-to-face customer service, but it's also the department I ran and the people I trained and hired and coached and all that kind of thing, is there have got to be like 1,000 steps between someone refusing something and you dragging them physically while they're laying down on the ground, you dragging them off an airplane. There have just got to be. Because if the story's true, and they did all this because United employees needed to get home, who scheduled this? Like, who did the scheduling? When did this happen? Was it a last minute scheduling change? And you know what? It's really not the passenger's problem. And that's kind of where it lies. All of these things happened because of United. And somehow the passenger was made to be a bad guy because he wouldn't leave the flight that he paid for. And the fact remains that with customer service, customers can be frustrating. You know, you're dealing with, I don't know how many different personalities. Look around you, in your school, in your work, all around you. Those are different personalities. And you're dealing with that times 100 when you do any time of customer service. So yes, I can tell you, I've come home after work and thought, no, I'm not going out because I don't want to be around people right now. But I didn't yell at people. I didn't give people attitude. Because the fact remains that there's a whole bunch of ways to resolve an issue that don't involve yelling or getting physical. And I don't really know how you justify getting physical with a passenger who was not physical with you first. I also don't know why security was called. And also, if there was an alternate flight that the passenger could have taken, why couldn't the employees have taken that flight? Okay, so yes, please temper my comments with the fact that we don't know the full story, but also understand that I just don't know where the justification would have been to throw a customer off the flight in that manner. It doesn't make sense. It's not appropriate. The world's gone a little bat poop crazy. Okay, I get it. You've been taught the customer is always right, and then the customer then treats you like crap and people think they have to take that. No, you don't have to take that, but there are tools. There are tools that you can take to deal with customers, even customers that are being extraordinarily difficult. There are so many steps between a customer being difficult and what happened on United today. So I'd love to know what you think. I know this story is everywhere and you guys have some feelings about this. I hope everyone's doing really well. Please take care of yourself so you can take care of each other, and I will see you very soon.